Hello to all my friends out there. Hi, you guys. I would like to tell you guys how I drastically improved my life by moving. And I did dollar shopping, and I want to show you what I bought. I was a renter pretty much all of my life after I was divorced. And I thought, well, you're just renting. What is the difference? Well, let me tell you, just by moving, a lot of times you can improve your life drastically. In the last, say, 20 years, I lived in 4 different places. 2 of them, I got a 30-day notice because they wanted the apartment for whatever reason. So, no managers looking to do me harm where I am now. And no pesky neighbors parking in my parking place, street people sitting at the bottom of my stairs. When I would try to go home, I would have to say, excuse me, to get up my own stairs. That is irritating. No street people on the streets in front or on the sides or under my bedroom, the apartment next door. They used to do drugs and chat loudly all night. And then I had not the last place, this was the place before, I had parking lots on both sides, and under my window, the neighbor underneath me, she would come home, I'm pretty sure drunk or loaded, and sit in her car with the radio blaring. When I was I'm an insomniac. I finally get sleeping, and I got this squirrel, and it was every frickin' night. That was the place before, the really horrible place. And I had to laugh when they took the apartment, and I thought, whoever rented this place, poor you. Okay, I have nice neighbors now, really lovable, and I have the appropriate amount of people living in the dwellings. And so you might be thinking, why is that a big deal? Well, it's a big deal because instead of having 10 people in a fourplex, you would have 40 or 50. Some of my neighbors, they had this arrangement where the living room was literally covered in beds, and God knows how many of them were sleeping there. And the people I rented from didn't think that was a big deal. These are the people you don't want to rent from. I mean, if you can't help it during the pandemic, you can't help it. But if you have the ways and the means to get out of there, it's going to give you a better life. Okay, I have filtered water in my refrigerator and an ice maker. You might think that's no big deal. I use a lot of ice, and it would cost me about $1 a day for ice, but it's just nice. And it doesn't cost me significantly amount more. I have a balcony and a small backyard. That's how I know I have coyotes, because I can see them from the balcony. I have no parking lots on any side of me. That's nice. In my backyard, I will be fixing that up as soon as I can. I have lots of storage. I never really thought about it. But if I wasn't minimizing, I can still neatly arrange my stuff in all of my closets. I have 3 closets, full size, with mirrors, which is nice. Okay, I have 3 bathrooms. That is nice. I have 2 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms, 1 half bathroom downstairs. Also, the 2 stories, I was working with this lady, and she goes, I finally got a 2-story house. And I'm thinking, yeah, so what? I lived in 2 stories, 1 story. It's nice. I have a fireplace. Remember my little fake fireplace? I got a real fireplace now. And there's no street people. There's nothing to attract them to where I live now. Like no free handouts, no, not this place, but the last 2, I was very close to the welfare department. I mean, it just worked out that way. And so it's a blessing because that attracts street people. even if you are a street person, you can get up and out of that. And when you do, watch out where you're renting so that you can actually live the nicer life. No rioting and looting. Same thing. There's no place where I live now for them to assemble and kick up dust. I found that very, very disagreeable. Central air and heat that works. Okay, the last place I lived, the air was terrible, but at least I did have air. And the place before, the air conditioner was like 100 years old. It was always breaking down. It leaked. It caused mold on the ceiling. And like when you would call for a repair, I mean, it's so hot. No air. And it was just like this ongoing irritation. And I think about the person living there now, and I'm thinking it'll be fine as long as you don't need your air. What I would do is I would work in low-end shops, and half the time they had no air. And when I came home, I needed my air conditioner. I worked in very smelly places, and I needed my balcony just to get out and get some fresh air. And that was not the best ever balcony either. It was really embarrassing, actually. But I couldn't let that stop me. Washer and dryer. No having to get changed. No, no sharing washers and dryers. That is just really nice. And believe me, by the time everything is said and done, it doesn't cost me that much. Just like say to yourself, okay, if I'm not living in that nice of a place at this time, I will get out of here and get a nicer place. Garage. You know how nice that is? I never really thought about it. In the really terrible apartment, the guy would come through a couple times a week and blow the dirt all over my car. I don't know if it was on purpose, but my car was always, I had 2 of them. And they always bug me about my parking places. I have none of that. There's no issues here. You want to park in your parking place? You want to park in your garage? Nobody's blowing dirt and dust all over a car, just making life miserable. I lived this way for years, you guys. In my garage, I have an add-on, like the loft I showed you guys. I have one of those built by the same person in my garage with tons of storage. I have a bay window in my kitchen. These are little things, but they create a much nicer life. I have skylights. Those are nice. I have no parking problems. I have no traffic problems. I have no, parking lot problems at all. Most of the problems I had in the one place was from the people that live there or the managers who parked on our side of the complex with at least 2 cars. They had a 1-bedroom apartment. Why didn't they just park on their own side? Because they probably had another car over there. So you see, this was like irritation continuously. Okay, I had 2 issues. I had a little hornet nest, and I mentioned to the maintenance guy it was gone. My front yard was all scrappy, and the landscaper fixed it the next day. Also, it's by very good schools. There's no crime. I can have pets if I want to. I don't want to because I don't want to be home. I have very high ceilings, which is nice. It's like a feeling of more space. I've had high ceilings before, really high ceilings. And the only bad thing about high ceilings is you pay more for your utilities. But where I live now, because the rooms are not huge, it's not too bad. Mirrors on the closets. 3 of my full-size closets have mirrors on them, which is nice. So that is just a few things. It's not apparent from my kitchen videos, but the place is really, really nice. You know, when I lived in the not the really horrible apartment I'm always talking to you about, but the one prior to that, I was robbed. I came home and someone was in my house. Looking back now, I think that someone was probably the manager. A lot of these low-end apartments hire they hire people from rehab, and they give those people a key to your apartment. And it was really bad. But I got out of there with my stuff and in one piece. And later on, it appeared to me that the glass had been cut from the inside, and the police lady said, if I was you, I would move. What I did is I thought, I am not moving. That is costing me money. I bolted with screws all the windows shut so that you would have to bust out all the windows to get in or out. And so that is how you can really improve your life, just by moving. So if you can't move immediately, put it in the back of your mind. That's what I did when I was living in La Mesa and there was those riots. I said, I got to get out of here. Notice how we haven't had any riots recently? Okay, so now I want to show you dollar shopping. So it can really save you money. 10 sponges, 99 cents only. I bought 2 of these wood furniture wipes. If you have wood floors, if you wipe them down every night with the wood wipes, you know, they stay nice. I got eyeglass cleaners for $1. I got some lipstick for $1 because, you know, I destroyed mine. I got rubber gloves, that's cheap, for $1. I got some makeup wipes, 25 for $1. My skin does not like makeup. But what I really got that was important is bandages, because it's really bad. I'm looking for alcohol. Have you guys noticed that some of the alcohol doesn't sting? When we were kids, we used to scream because we didn't want the alcohol. And the other thing is, some of the Dial soap does not appear to be Dial soap. I got 2 boxes of sleeping pills. I take 1 or 2 at night. I got a package of cough drops, because nothing is worse. If you get a tiny cough and you start taking the cough drops immediately, it'll usually knock it out. I got some antifungal, look at my arms, antifungal cream, just in case. And I got some antibiotic cream. So that was a lot of stuff, plus the 2 detergents that I got for $1. So I think the dollar shopping is really the best. And I'll probably be back later with the little tea party. Okay, you guys, please like, comment, and subscribe, and God bless you all.